back, students. I am your geography teacher Vandana Joshi and you are watching S.St. June. So students, today we are going to start our 7th chapter in geography, first book, that is landforms and their evolution. Students, as just before this video we have completed our 6th chapter, that is geomorphic processes, in which we have seen about the information of the weathering, how the weathering is occurred and what are the things which are prepared by the weathering activities. So students, in that series, the weathering activity is also responsible for the different type of landform. So today our first topic will be landforms, in which we will study what are the landforms, how they formed, and what are the types of landforms. So let's start with our first topic, that is landforms. So students, what we can say, what are the landforms? Students, the small to medium tract or parts of our earth's surface, these all are known as the landforms, which are forming due to the weathering activities. Few landforms are formed by the glacier sediments. Few landforms are evaluated by the sediments which has been done by the river activities. Even students, the agent like wind and the other agent like some type of erosion and the deposition, they are also the cause behind the landforms. So let's see what is landform. So students, here a proper definition of landforms. So let's see what is the definition. Students, if you can see, the surface of the earth, which constitute a great assemblage of physical features, and each feature is having a form which can be dynamic and unique. So students, the definition is saying the landform is a part or a area which has been given in our earth surface or in our earth crust, and it having a great assemblage, means a kind of sedimentation due to the weathering activities. Students, and the each physical feature, that means the each type of landform, it is having a dynamic and unique shapes. That means the landforms can be unique and can be the dynamic position. So students, we can also say about that landforms when formed may change in their shapes. That means those landforms once they prepared, they can be modified by the some weathering activities. Even students, they can change their shape, size and nature as well due to the vertical or horizontal movement of landmass, and the movement can be slowly or very fast. So students, how the landforms evaluate, let's see in a short intro that evolution of the landforms. So students, if we talk about the evolution of landforms, the basic reason behind the evolution of landforms, that is geomorphic processes. What is geomorphic processes? In geomorphic processes, students, we can include many types of geomorphic processes, in which we can include the activities which are occurring due to the water and the erosional or the depositional activities. So students, what we can say, the evolutionary history of the continually changing surface of the earth is essential to be understood in order to use it effectively. If we will see the evolutionary history of the earth, we have to study it in a particular order. So students, the changes which are occurring on the earth surface owe mostly to erosion by various geomorphic agents. Geomorphic process is the most important activity in which we can include the erosion activity as the evolution of the landforms. So students, which type of activity can include in that? Erosion. The geomorphic process in which we can include erosion activity, especially the erosion activity is behind the evolution of the landforms, like the agents as river, wind, glacier, sea waves and others. So students, among them the most important agent of geomorphic processes, that is running water, which can be in the form of waterfalls and in the form of rivers. So most important agent is the running water. Okay, students, the running water can be change the landforms into three ways. There are three stages of running water. These are youth, mature and old. These are three there. One is youth, second is mature and the third is old. So here are three stages of running water. First, youth in the form of waterfalls, mature in the form of rivers and the old in the form of deltas. So students, for youth, what we can say? The youth form of running water is waterfall. Second is the mature in the form of rivers. And the old, when the river is getting so much sediments, it is forming a new area that is known as delta. So students, there are many landforms which are occurred by the running water or in the situation of mature one as well as in old one. So we will see these things one by one in our today's main important topic, that is youth age of running water, mature age of running water as well as the old age of running water. So let's see what are these. So students, as I told you, the main agent of geomorphic process due to which the landforms are occurred, that is erosion, and the main important part of erosion, that is running water, which is known as the river. And the students, the river having three stages, that is youth, mature and old. In the youth form of river, it is coming in the form of waterfall. And second, as I told you, the mature age of river, it is in a river form which is flowing on the plain area where it is forming so many landforms. And then after that, if we will talk about the old one, it is the old area of the river which is forming many things like levees and deltas. So we will see. So first of all, we will talk about the youth age of running water or river. So students, the streams, these are few during this stage with poor integration and they flow over original slopes, showing shallow V-shaped valleys with no floodplains or with very narrow floodplains along trunk streams. If we talk about the mature age of running water, the V-shaped valleys are deep with smooth tops. Trunk streams are broad enough to have somewhat wider floodplains. Waterfalls and rapids disappear. Means now in this mature stage, the youth stage is over, and the waterfall which was earlier in youth stage, now it became in the form of a proper river. In the old age of running water, the smaller tributaries are a few and are with gentle gradients. The streams meanders freely over vast floodplains, showing natural levees, oxbow lakes, deltas, and etc. So, students, due to the running water, there are two types of landforms are occurring, that these are erosional landforms and the depositional landforms. Erosional landforms, students, which are occurring due to the erosion which is happened by the rivers, and the depositional landform, students, these are occurring due to the sediments which are sedimented by the rivers. So, how many types of erosional landforms and depositional landforms we will see through a flowchart. So, students, let's see what are the landforms which are occurring due to the erosional landforms and the depositional landforms. So, first of all, we will see the erosional landforms, in which we will see how many landforms are formed by the erosional activity. So, first of all, the first one landform is occurring due to the erosional activities, that is valleys. Second, potholes and the plunge pools. Third, the entrenched meanders. Fourth, river terraces, and the fifth is gorge and the canyons. Students, let's move to the next one, depositional landforms. If we will see in that, the first one landform which has been forming due to the depositional activities, student, that is alluvial fens. Second, the delta. Third, the floodplains, natural levees, and the point bars. The fourth one landform which is forming due to the depositional activity, it is the meanders. So, students, today we will talk about the erosional landforms which are forming due to the erosional landforms. So, let's start the erosional landforms. So, students, we will see the erosional landforms with the help of pictures. So, let's see what is valleys. Students, the valleys starts as small and narrow rills. The rills gradually develop into long and wide gullies, which further deepens, forming a valley, as you can see in this given picture. If we talk about the potholes are over the rocky beds of hills. Streams form more or less circular depressions called potholes. And we talk about the plunge pools. They found foot of the waterfalls, and they formed due to the soft rocks. Students, the plunge pools are below the level of river beds. Students, if we talk about the entrenched meander, these are formed due to the lateral erosion, which is common in the lower course of the river, and due to low kinetic energy, water is changing its course. The entrenched meanders generally found in the floodplains. When meanders are found in deep and hard rocky areas, they are known as the entrenched meander. Some meanders develop loops which later on converted into oxbow lakes. Student, if we talk about the gorges and canyon, these are also a part of valleys, but a gorge is a deep valley with very steep to straight sides, and a canyon is characterized by steep step like side slopes and may be as deep as a gorge. A gorge is almost equal in width and its top as well as its bottom. In contrast, a canyon is wider at its top than its bottom. In fact, a canyon can be termed as a variant of gorge. So students, in that sense, the gorge and the canyons are different from the valleys, but these are also a type of valleys. And the next erosional landforms which are occurring due to the running water, these are river terraces. River terraces are surfaces making old valley floor or floodplain levels. They may be bedrock surfaces without any alluvial cover or alluvial terraces. Students, these are not consisting of stream deposits. The river terraces are basically produced of erosion as they result due to vertical erosion by the stream into its own depositional floodplains. Students, the river terraces may occur at the same elevation on either side of the rivers, in which case they are called paired terraces. Unpaired terraces are found in the areas of slow upliftment areas, reason for the formation of river terraces. So students, here you have seen how the running water is forming the erosional landforms. To know about the depositional landforms which are occurring due to the running water, keep watching S.St. June.